Just a minute. Hi, Margo. Come on in.
Well, I made those changes you wanted, you know, and I think you were right. I really like the grouping much better this way.
Good. Good.
So, is there anything else?
Actually, I didn't call you in here about the sketches.
Oh?
Has Felicia come in yet?
No, she's late. Actually, I was going to telephone her.
It's not the first time she's been late this week.
No, it's not.
She's having some pretty heavy problems with Jake. I'd like to know what the story is.
Felicia, am I hearing you right?
Yes, Heather.
You want me to hit on your guy?
I want you to make a move on him, yes. He's not exactly my guy anymore.
But you're obviously still very involved with him.
He broke it off with me. We're not seeing each other anymore.
Because of this sexual problem you told me about.
I need to know why we're having this problem. Why he can't make love with me. Or why he won't.
In other words, you're wondering if it's you or something else.
Exactly. That's why I need your help. Come on. Jake is a great-looking guy. All I'm asking you to do is make a move on him.
But he's your guy. This feels weird to me.
Well, don't let it. You'll be helping a friend. A friend who is desperate, Heather. I mean that. Please. Please do this for me.
All right. I'm not committing to anything, but let's just say that I go along with you on this. I assume you don't want me to actually consummate this thing.
I thought about that. If Jake responds to you, it could only mean one thing. That he didn't make love with me because he didn't want to. And if that's the case, then he and I have nothing. So, you could do what you want.
Well, for the record, I am not going to bed with that man. Short of that, well...
Then you will help me?
This is crazy. Yes, I'll help you.
You have a tennis lesson in 20 minutes.
What?
I knew that you would come through for me, Heather. Let me know what happens. And please, the sooner you can get some answers, the sooner I can get on with my life. With or without Jake Clay.
You can't leave Forrester. It's your family. It's your life.
No, it's my past. And you're my future. I love you. And I am not going to mess this up. And if that means that I have to leave and I have to go work someplace else, I will do it. I will do it.
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by new Ritz Bits peanut butter sandwiches with a taste of bite-sized Ritz Bits and real peanut butter.
Hey, Macy. Come on, lose the frown. Honey, I don't know about you, but this is the best thing that has happened to me in so long.
You know, I dreamed of this moment, Thorne. And for weeks, I wondered if I'd ever feel this again. Your arms around me, your love. You know, I honestly didn't think that it would happen for us.
No, we almost lost it. The one thing that is the most important thing in our lives, and we almost let it go. But you know what? It's not going to happen. Because I'm not going to let anyone separate us. Not your family, not my family, no one.
Ridge, if you want information about Felicia and Jake, why don't you just ask Felicia?
I already talked to Felicia.
So? So what'd she say?
Not much, which is why I'm coming to you.
Well, if she didn't have much to say, then there's probably not much to be said.
Margo, you know that isn't the case.
Ridge, what's that supposed to mean?
My mother told me about you and your brother Jake and some heavy-duty problem you're both having.
Well, you know, Ridge, that's between my brother and me.
Obviously, it's not just between you two because it involves my sister as well.
Felicia and Jake broke up for their own reasons. Now, let's not make those reasons yours and mine.
You know, Felicia was right. You are very evasive about all this.
Well, I guess you're just going to have to accept that now, aren't you?
No, I'm not, Margo. Not when it makes my sister miserable, and it does. She's going through hell about this. Now, I intend to help her through this, and you're going to help me do that. I want some information. It's just you and me here, no one else. Let's hear it.
You have played this game.
Since grade school.
Ah. Who taught you?
The brother that was here before you.
Who taught you right?
Thanks.
So why the lesson?
Tune up. Haven't played in a few months.
Why, an injury?
Yeah, I pulled a muscle in my rib cage.
Really? Going after cross court?
Yeah. You want to see it?
The injury?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's fine. I believe you. Go ahead. Anyway, I don't think you really need another lesson.
Maybe I want another lesson.
Why, you getting ready for Forest Hills?
No, just keep my form.
Seems to me your form is just fine.
You've noticed.
That wasn't what I was talking about.
But now that I mention it,
Now that you mention it, it's not bad either.
now we're getting somewhere. How about some iced tea? I'm dying of thirst.
Why not? What do you take? Lemon?
Yeah, and lots of sugar.
Be right back.
You of all people should know the certain family matters that you just don't talk about, Ridge.
That's fine, Margo, but this impacts on Felicia directly.
You know, I don't know why Jake and Felicia broke up, and frankly, I don't see why it involves me.
But there is something going on between you and Jake. And that has something to do with his relationship with Felicia, so I want to know what the hell's going on.
He hurt my father, okay?
Hurt him?
To the point that he almost committed suicide. That's what my loving brother did to me and my family. And I will never, ever forgive him for it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
So how long have you been teaching at the club?
Oh, 6 months?
6 months, and I'm just now noticing you?
Well, you don't need lessons, so why would you notice me?
Why not? You're single, so am I. You do have a social life, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, well, you're not always out on the court smashing overhead lobs.
Oh, well, I just don't socialize around here.
Club ladies aren't your type.
No, they're okay. It's just not my scene.
What scene are you into?
You're just curious about everybody?
No.
Well, I'm not into any scene. I'm just into giving tennis lessons and getting on with my life.
Sounds pretty serious.
I don't mean it to be.
So, what is getting on with your life involved?
The usual.
The usual.
You ask a lot of questions, you know that?
How about dinner tonight?
Another question.
Or does somebody beat me to it?
Questions don't even stop.
Jake, I'm just trying to be friendly.
Why?
Because I want to get to know you. Anything wrong with that? Oops. Another question.
Look, Heather, you're an attractive girl. You've got a great personality, and you're a lot of fun.
Do I hear it coming?
It's just that I'm not really ready for anything to happen.
That's a strange way of putting it, Jake.
Well, I gotta go.
I didn't even pay you for the tennis lesson.
No, don't worry about it. You gave me a good workout. I don't charge people for that. You just take care, okay?
A girl doesn't have many days like this, Thorne Forrester.
And you know what? It just gets better and better.
I want this relationship to work out. I really do. Without your having to leave Forrester.
Well, I want that too, but if it doesn't work out that way...
It will work out, Thorne. We will make it work out. Because if we don't, our relationship doesn't stand a chance.
No, that is not true.
Think about it, Thorne. How can I feel comfortable knowing that I pulled you away from your family?
Honey, if I leave, that's not your responsibility.
All right, it's not my decision. It's yours. But you give it a year or two, or maybe even 5, and at some point, you're gonna miss that business. You're gonna miss your family. And I am gonna see it, no matter how hard you try to hide it. And that's when things are gonna fall apart for us, Thorne. At least they will for me, because I will take it on as my responsibility, regardless of what you said. Your family means a lot to you. And it means a lot to me, too. And I'm not gonna tear yours apart. I want to be a part of your family, Thorne. And I want to be accepted as the woman who loves you. Who's devoted to you. And who would do anything on God's earth to make you happy. And I will.
All right? You win. We do this your way.
I want this to be your way, too, Thorne.
I can see your point.
Do you, Thorne? Do you understand what this would do to you and me if you left Forrester?
It wouldn't work.
No, it couldn't work. We have to make this relationship acceptable to your family and to mine.
And you realize what you are asking is a hell of a lot. Our families could not be any more polarized. We are total opposites.
Well, then we work on them, Thorne. Now, they can hate each other, but they're gonna have to accept us.
Okay, look, we don't have to talk about this right now. We've got plenty of time for this. Like the rest of our lives.
The rest of our lives.
Could we just go back a couple of weeks. Well, where did we leave off?
You were in a restaurant.
We were. And I'd given you something, hadn't I?
Mm-hmm. And I gave it back the next day.
You promise me you will never give it back to me.
I promise.
That, young lady, never comes off this finger.
I'm sorry. But I have to ask, how did Jake hurt your father so badly? What did he do?
You know, something in Jake just clicked. He became angry and withdrawn. God, there were so many arguments. And then he took off. One day we woke up and he was just gone. There was no warning, nothing. Well, my father took it very badly, personally.
How old was Jake?
14. That was 10 years ago. Things have never been the same since. My father started drinking. My parents started fighting. One day I came home late from school, and my father was sitting in the living room holding a gun. He was gonna shoot himself. If I had come home a few seconds later, he would have committed suicide, Rich. I had to fight to get the gun away from him.
God, Margo.
You know, it was just so unnecessary. Anyway, Jake never called. We never heard from him again until, I saw him here in L.A. But I can't tell you what the past 10 years did to my father.
Margo, there's something I still don't understand, though. What does all this have to do with Jake and Felicia's relationship?
I don't know. But if he could do that to a family who loved him, to a father who lived for him, just think what he might do to a woman he was involved with. Think about that. And thank your lucky stars it's over between him and Felicia.
You're not a man. No, you're not a man. It's his fault. How could he do this to me? God, how can he do this to me?
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for The Bold and the Beautiful,